You guys, you know I had to tell you guys what Ned and his wife Ariel had to say on their podcast. On Tuesday, Ned announced that he was actually going to be launching this podcast and that Ariel was going to be in the first episode, and they were addressing the cheating scandal, you guys. We're going to break down what exactly they had to say about everything that went down during that time and what life is like for them right now. You guys, the way this podcast opened, it was a full confessional and honestly felt like some crazy humiliation ritual. It was unreal. I don't know why he thought that this would ever be a good idea for him.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
Ned said that this was a conversation that was necessary for them to move forward and be able to do anything in the public eye. And when they sat down together, Ariel said that she was terrified and part of her wanted to get up and walk out of the room, but she too felt it was necessary. They talked about keeping their lives private for the last 3 years, basically hiding, and Ariel said that it was kind of great being hidden, but also felt like they needed to get out of 2022 and just have the internet move on from it since they have moved on. But they talked about how it's awkward making new friends and how they just know people know about them and they want it to just not be weird anymore.
I remember I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. And it's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
right?
Here's mine, but a couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know
me
me first. Just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
They talk about how they haven't been a couple in the last 3 years. They don't even live together. And Ned said that they tried, but they just haven't been a couple. And Ariel goes on to say that people wonder if she forgives him. And she says, nope.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No, fuck no. I don't even, sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no.
And period, because he took so much from her, not only ruining their marriage, their family, her career, his career, financial stability. Like, good she doesn't forgive him. But they said they've worked to reach a place of friendship to be able to have fun and be with their kids together.
We worked through a lot of stuff. And the fact that I can be around you and still like have a good time and like enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, like, I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as we've adjusted, we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, it's just been challenging. But like, I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really like embracing it and accepting it for what it is.
He goes on to say that it hurt to hear her say that she doesn't forgive him, to which she says that they lost so much and she literally had to find out about the cheating through fans.
It's hard to hear you saying like, fuck no, I don't forgive you. Like, of course I get it. I mean, you're still, as much progress as we've had, you're still very angry.
Yeah, of course I'm angry. Like, yeah, of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot. There was a lot that happened 3 years ago. I found out about your affair from the fans. I mean, and I was so blindsided.
The way he was just nodding, you guys, like truly, I commend her for even being able to sit in the same room with him. And it's so sad to hear her say that she couldn't even process what she had been sent when she was sent the photos of him with Alex. At first, she thought it was him and his sister in New York City in one of the photos.
Somebody sent me a picture, and I like, it's like for some reason I didn't see what was actually there in the picture. I thought it was your sister. And I remember sending it to you and being like, what's your sister doing in New York? It was, and I think back on that and I think like, what was I, like, how did I not see what was going on? Like, what was so fucked up in my brain that I couldn't actually see what was happening in this picture? Like, the picture was right there in front of me.
She went on to say that she later met him in New York as she was supposed to for this trip that he had left earlier for because of work. And when she got there, she asked him about his sister and eventually he confessed to everything. And I don't know if he was trying to get some sympathy in this moment or what, but he just could not look worse, honestly. And him making a comment about how it was cinematic of her to say, take me back to the airport. Like, oh my God, you messed with her real life. And I don't think he can fully process like how hurtful of a betrayal this is. Like, you know, saying that it hurts that she doesn't forgive him and all this stuff. It's like, you really don't know what you did if you think that there is a sliver of her that should be forgiving you.
But I just sort of refused to believe it. And then when I saw that, like, just wildly guilty look on your face, like you wanted to tell me something, and I didn't even let you say anything. I was like, turn this car around. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember it happening. Once I, answered it in such a way that you knew exactly who it was and what had happened, yeah, then you were like, take me back to the airport.
Yeah.
That part was very cinematic, if you were trying to be like in a movie.
Turn this fucking car around.
He seemed to say that there were things that he was telling himself to make it seem like what he was doing wasn't so bad, like he was comparing it to addiction or something.
It's like I remember that moment, it all just kind of like fell down where I totally could see how devastated and just completely traumatized you were. And then it was just like, oh, everything changed for me as well. I'm like, oh no, this is like I've been hurting this person that I love this whole time.
You didn't realize until then?
Well, but then there's other things you tell yourself to kind of sort of compartmentalize, or I guess.
It truly is just so sad, especially later when Ariel said that she thought that they had this love that transcended, but it was just a fantasy. She said that she trusted him so much and that they had grown up together, like they got married in their early 20s and they had done all this life together. They had kids and, when they moved to LA, they were just kids. And it really was just a fantasy. She just could not believe that he would do this to her. And he apologizes to her and she says that they had so much and there was so much and so much life left. And she was getting emotional, and Ned says that it was like this loss of a dream that they had, and she asks him what happened. Like, she still has questions for him, you guys. Like, this is the crazy part, that there are still things that she wants answers to that she was getting on this podcast. Like, I don't understand why we were basically sitting in on a couples therapy session for them. Like, this felt very intimate. I don't know. This was not a good idea for him. That is for sure. But he said that the dream began to break apart for him. He was afraid of his feelings, and so he tried to deal with his feelings in a very self-destructive way. I guess that's his excuse for saying why he cheated. He says it wasn't anything that she did or like they had a bad marriage. It was just decisions that he made and has regretted, and he is deeply sorry, he says. And he says that he will also spend the rest of his life trying to make amends to her. Like, it honestly, truly, the whole thing is so unfortunate, and the internet just overall wants to see Ariel thrive. But this is Ned's new podcast. that he is launching. And it's clear from the comments that they don't really care to see more of him, that a lot of people watch this episode solely to support Ariel. Like, if this was all to launch something for her, let's talk about the cheating scandal so she can move on and make content that people don't have to ask her about Ned anymore, like that would be way better than this all just being for Ned. People commented, honestly, you should give all of the ad revenue from this to Ariel. You don't deserve to profit and market a new podcast off her pain. So Ned shared nothing. Ariel, you should have had your own podcast and gotten the bag Ned's about to get for one episode. It's aggravating me that Ariel is being so open and honest about her pain, and yet he can't manage to go into specifics about what he said and how he justified his betrayal. You want to start a podcast about people at their lowest and how they felt, how they coped, where they are now, but you can't even fully put your shame out on the table episode 1. I will never watch another piece of Ned's content, but I need to hear and see Ariel as I've missed her so much. Proof that his wife was and still is the most interesting about him. Ariel was so lovely to listen to in this episode. Do not mistake this view from this video as a welcome back. My best to Ariel in the future. Supporting Ariel is truly the only reason why we're here. Ned claimed at the end he wanted to make content and make things that help people empathize with others when they share stories of addiction, scandal, challenging times, and things like that, which Ariel seemed to laugh at. I feel like she knows deep down that this all is making him look that much worse, and that it's very bold for him to assume people want to see him talk to other people and tell their stories. I don't know if it's so he can bond with them over cancellations or what, but it is very bold of him to assume that people want to hear more from him than just sitting down with Ariel. But anyway, that was the highlights of the podcast, just Ariel shining and not giving in to Ned when he wanted forgiveness or was sad or his actions. She stood her ground and called him out and says now that this is done, she wants to be private. She doesn't want to be an influencer. She's focusing on her art. And you guys, her smile, it's infectious. And I'm just wishing her all the light and love and magic in this world because she deserves it. I hope she finds the man of her dreams and treats her right. And I cannot believe he did this to her. But I certainly want to know what you guys think about the fact that Ned is brave enough to launch a podcast right now. Did you guys listen to what they had to say? Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.